Maya's relationship app sent her a notification she never expected. Relationship risk detected. 73% probability of separation within 60 days. She and Alex had just celebrated their second anniversary. The algorithm had analyzed their communication patterns, social media interactions, and digital behavior. 2 months later, they broke up for reasons that felt completely unrelated to technology. What if artificial intelligence could analyze the digital footprint of your relationship and predict its end before you even recognize the warning signs? The technology to map communication patterns, decode emotional language, and track behavioral changes in romantic relationships already exists, and it's becoming increasingly sophisticated at identifying couples destined for separation. The implications go far beyond curiosity about relationship outcomes. If AI systems can predict breakups with high accuracy, they're essentially quantifying love, intimacy, and human connection, reducing the most profound human experiences to algorithmic calculations that might know your romantic future better than your own emotions. Today we're exploring what happens when love meets machine learning, investigating how AI analysis of relationships could transform not just how we understand romantic connections, but how we experience them. We're entering territory where algorithms might determine whether love has an expiration date. Before we begin, we're examining real research on relationship prediction and extending it into speculative scenarios using what-if framing for unverified possibilities. This content explores technology's potential impact on relationships for educational purposes. It's not intended to create anxiety about romantic partnerships or encourage reliance on algorithms for relationship decisions. For relationship concerns, consult qualified counselors who understand the complexity of human connection. Researchers have already developed AI systems that can predict relationship success with remarkable accuracy. Studies show that analysis of communication patterns, social media behavior, and digital interactions can identify couples likely to break up with success rates exceeding 80% in some cases. The technology analyzes factors most people never consciously notice: changes in response time to messages, shifts in emoji usage, variations in photo sharing patterns, and subtle alterations in language sentiment over time. These micro-patterns often predict relationship problems months before couples themselves recognize any issues. If this exploration into AI relationship prediction is revealing capabilities that surprise you, hit that like button. It helps YouTube understand that content examining technology's impact on human connection deserves wider reach. And if you're curious about how AI systems analyze the most intimate aspects of human relationships, subscribe to Future Paradox. We're investigating how technology quantifies experiences we thought were uniquely human. What if dating apps began using this predictive technology proactively? Instead of just matching people, they could analyze ongoing relationships and provide compatibility scores that update in real time based on communication patterns and behavioral data. Current research shows AI can identify specific linguistic markers that predict relationship satisfaction. What if these systems became sophisticated enough to detect not just general relationship health, but specific issues like growing emotional distance, developing attractions to others, or fundamental value misalignments before they cause conscious conflict? What if the technology could analyze couples' social media interactions to predict relationship outcomes? Posts, comments, photo selections, and even the timing of social media activity could reveal relationship dynamics that partners themselves don't fully understand. Consider the implications of analyzing digital calendars and location data. What if AI systems could predict relationship problems by detecting changes in time spent together, frequency of shared activities, or patterns of individual versus couple socialization? What if these predictive capabilities extended to analyzing the digital behavior of each partner's social network? The algorithm might identify relationship risks based on friends' reactions, family communication patterns, or social circle dynamics that influence couple stability. What if knowing an AI system predicted your breakup actually caused the relationship to end? The psychological impact of algorithmic relationship predictions could create self-fulfilling prophecies where the prediction itself becomes the primary relationship stressor. Consider how couples might react to receiving a relationship risk alert. What if partners began analyzing their own behavior differently, becoming hypervigilant about communication patterns and digital interactions, ultimately creating the distance and tension that leads to the predicted breakup? What if one partner believed the prediction while the other dismissed it? The disagreement about algorithmic relationship analysis could become a source of conflict that actually validates the AI's prediction, creating a paradox where resistance to the prediction proves its accuracy. The technology might identify relationship problems that couples could potentially resolve if addressed early. What if AI predictions became a form of relationship counseling, alerting partners to issues before they become destructive? This could save relationships or create unnecessary anxiety about normal relationship fluctuations. What if people began using AI relationship predictions as justification for ending relationships they were already uncertain about? The algorithmic validation might provide psychological permission to leave partnerships that could have been salvaged with effort and communication. Consider the impact on relationship commitment and investment. What if knowing an algorithm predicted relationship failure reduced partners' willingness to work through normal relationship challenges, creating a culture where algorithmic predictions override human commitment to growth and problem-solving? What if the prediction technology became so accurate that it identified relationships destined to fail regardless of intervention? The knowledge that love has an algorithmic expiration date might fundamentally change how people approach romantic commitment and emotional investment. What if relationships became subject to constant algorithmic monitoring and optimization? Couples might receive daily relationship health scores based on their communication patterns, shared activities, and digital behavior, turning love into a quantified performance metric. Consider how this might change relationship behavior. What if partners began optimizing their communication styles, social media activity, and digital interactions to improve their algorithmic compatibility scores rather than focusing on genuine emotional connection and understanding? What if AI systems began providing relationship improvement suggestions based on analysis of successful couples with similar profiles? The algorithm might recommend specific communication strategies, activity patterns, or behavioral changes designed to increase relationship longevity. The technology could potentially identify the optimal timing for major relationship milestones. What if AI systems could predict when couples should move in together, get married, or have children based on analysis of their digital behavior patterns and compatibility metrics? What if relationship apps began offering preventive relationship counseling based on algorithmic analysis? Couples might receive automated interventions, suggested conversation topics, or behavioral modifications designed to address problems before they become relationship threatening. Consider the implications for relationship privacy and authenticity. What if couples felt pressure to maintain positive digital communication patterns and social media presentations to avoid triggering algorithmic relationship warnings, creating performative relationships optimized for AI analysis rather than genuine human connection? What if AI relationship predictions became a commercial service? Companies might offer detailed relationship analysis reports, compatibility forecasting, and breakup probability assessments, turning intimate human connections into market commodities. Consider how this information could be used by third parties. What if employers, insurance companies, or financial institutions gained access to relationship stability predictions to make decisions about job offers, coverage rates, or loan approvals based on romantic partnership algorithms? What if the technology enabled a new form of relationship marketplace where people could access predictive compatibility analyses before committing to serious relationships? Dating could become a data-driven process where algorithmic predictions override emotional attraction and personal chemistry. The commercial implications extend to existing relationships. What if couples could purchase detailed analyses of their relationship's statistical likelihood of success, including specific recommendations for behavior modifications designed to improve their compatibility scores? What if AI relationship predictions influenced legal and financial planning? Couples might make decisions about property ownership, financial investments, or legal commitments based on algorithmic assessments of their relationship's probable duration rather than emotional commitment and trust. What if some couples chose to deliberately avoid AI relationship analysis, preferring uncertainty and mystery over algorithmic predictions. This might create a divide between couples who embrace relationship quantification and those who reject technological intervention in romantic connections. Consider the psychological impact of relationship unpredictability. What if the knowledge that AI systems can predict breakups actually increased appreciation for relationships that survive, despite negative algorithmic predictions, creating a new form of romantic rebellion against technological determinism? What if AI relationship predictions became so accurate that they eliminated the element of hope and possibility that many people consider essential to romantic love? The quantification of relationship outcomes might fundamentally alter human experience of romance, commitment, and emotional growth. The technology might reveal uncomfortable truths about the nature of human romantic attachment. What if algorithmic analysis demonstrated that love follows predictable patterns that reduce its perceived specialness and uniqueness, potentially diminishing the emotional significance of romantic relationships? What if resistance to relationship prediction technology became a marker of relationship health? Couples who choose uncertainty over algorithmic analysis might develop stronger communication skills, emotional resilience, and commitment to working through challenges without technological validation. Consider the generational implications. What if younger people who grew up with relationship prediction technology developed fundamentally different approaches to love and commitment compared to older generations who experienced romance without algorithmic analysis and prediction? The question isn't whether AI systems can predict relationship outcomes. Research suggests they already can with significant accuracy. The question is what happens to love, commitment, and human connection when our most intimate relationships become subject to algorithmic analysis and prediction. We might be approaching a fundamental transformation in how humans experience romantic relationships. If love has an algorithmically detectable expiration date, it changes not just how we understand relationships, but how we invest in them emotionally and psychologically. Perhaps the most profound risk isn't the accuracy of these predictions, but how they might change human behavior around love and commitment. When relationships become quantified and optimized, we might lose something essential about the human experience of choosing to love despite uncertainty and imperfection. What do you think? Would you want to know if an algorithm predicted your relationship would end? And here's what I really want to know. Do you believe love should remain mysterious and unpredictable, or would you use AI analysis to improve your romantic relationships? Share your honest thoughts in the comments. This affects how we all navigate love in an increasingly algorithmic world. If this made you question how technology might be changing the nature of human relationships, subscribe for more investigations into AI's impact on our most intimate experiences. And hit that like button if you believe these questions about love and technology deserve deeper discussion. Until next time, remember, some things might be worth keeping unpredictable. What we explored today examines real relationship prediction research, but extends current capabilities into speculative scenarios using what-if framing. This content encourages reflection on technology's impact on relationships, not anxiety about romantic partnerships. For relationship concerns or questions about love and commitment, consult qualified relationship counselors who understand human connection complexity.